This is my Korean American story. I was born in Bakersville, California, only because my parents and sisters were living in Delano, and the only hospital was in Bakersfield. I was born in 1940. My father came 1905 when he was 8 years old. Came with his sister.
Into Hawaii?
They went to Hawaii. My mother came here in 1914. And she is on the wall in the dining hall of Angel Island, because she and her mother and her aunt it's the only picture that Angel Island has of Koreans. My grandfather, he was a Christian, and he sort of had ministerial training or pastoral training. Not really clear on it, but he was kind of a leader. He sort of started a small church there, and apparently he was able to network with a lot of other Koreans, and he was able to borrow money from them so that he could come over. And I don't think you could rent at that time. So it was just farming. Just start farming wherever he could. They kept having to move because if they ever had a profitable crop, they would have to lease land. And if the land was ever profitable, well, then the owner would take it back and they would have to move on. Or there would be laws passed that you couldn't rent to Asians, so they had to keep moving. Eventually they wound up in Utah, where they had a farm. And then around 1940, I think my aunt had married H.M. Lee, so she took the parents off the farm and moved them to Whittier, where my Uncle Ernie had started a fruit stand. My grandfather worked in a quicksilver mine. He had to take this job where apparently he was in front of a furnace and he had to feed it. And he got some lung problems from that. But it paid really well because nobody else wanted to do that. You'd always be asked, people would stop you on the street and say, are you Chinese? You say no. Are you Japanese? No. Well, if you're not Chinese, Japanese, what are you? We'd have to say Korean. They said, well, what is that? It wasn't until the Korean War that anybody realized there was a difference. I know my mother during World War II, sometimes she wouldn't be served at a store because people thought she was Japanese. I know the people made little badges that said, I am Korean, and wore them, or they put them in their houses. My mother suspects that the doctor that did my appendix did purposely a sloppy job because I have a really large scar where my appendix was taken out. I don't know. She thinks that because that was 1945. Any place you go new, that's the first thing people are thinking, who is this person? Why is he here? How did he get in here? During college, I was in a play called Fly Blackbird, which was about the civil rights movement. It was a musical. There's one particular scene where George Takei, he was also in it. And they're singing a song. Yeah, George Takei, the actor. We were classmates at UCLA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he showed me the Star Trek brochure for the pilot he was auditioning for. I thought, well, that's a good idea. Anyway, there's a song where there's blacks and whites are singing together. All the blacks go to one side of the stage, all the whites go to the other side of the stage, and George is in the middle trying to figure out which way he's supposed to go. And that's pretty much the way it was.